Welcome back to the show. We're still joined by Coach Richardson. Coach, let's talk about some of the newcomers that saw action in this game. We already spoke about Seth Owen, but who are some of the new guys that stuck out to you on Saturday?
Sure. Offensive line-wise, up front, we had three new guys that were going to play for us, or that did play for us, that actually started for us. Lawrence Keys, Reggie Scott, and DeMarcus Whitehurst. And so those three guys, they're doing a great job of just battling up front, and obviously we're a little inexperienced there, and so they've really been able to do a great job of just buying in and trying to do everything that we've asked them to do. Defensively speaking, we've got Isaac Jacobs, and we talked about Ronnie Moore earlier. Those guys, they did not see action last year, and this is Isaac's first college football game, and so I thought he has really stepped up this fall and done a good job. Also up front at the defensive line, we've got Khalil Vance, who is a freshman, a true freshman this year, and he saw a few snaps, a little bit at defensive end, and then on special forces a little bit. And so we're kind of trying to get some guys in the mix, and they may have not gotten significant time this first game, but as the weeks go on here, we'll continue to be able to get them reps and get them coached up.
Well, there's no rest for the weary this week as the Braves welcome Fayetteville State to Grace P. Johnson Stadium for the 6th annual Two Rivers Classic presented by Candy Suze. Now, UNCP has won each of the first 5 games in the series, but the Broncos won't give you an easy game. So let's talk about that rivalry and what makes this such a special game between the two teams.
Sure. Yeah, that game has been extremely close in 3 of the occasions for sure, and so obviously the proximity of the game, really helps out the rivalry, and the fact that we try to recruit Fayetteville really well and get a lot of players from there. I think that also helps out with it. But the fact that there's a trophy that we play for makes it a little bit extra that we get something afterwards, and so we've been fortunate to be able to have the Two Rivers trophy afterwards after every game. But like you say, they're going to be very prepared for us, and they're going to be ready, and Coach Kershaw does a great job with those guys up there, and have a lot of respect for them.
Well, talking about that, can you give us a scouting report on Fayetteville State and what you've learned about them so far by watching video?
Sure. Yeah, they've got a lot of really good athletes, and so they were right down to the wire last year as far as really positioning themselves into a great spot as far as going into the off season, and so coming back this year, I know that they were preseason ranked for like number 2 in that conference, and so they've done a good job of just getting their system in place and really trying to have their kids buy into it and match their personnel with what they're doing. And so we've got our work cut out for us. Defensively, they'll present some challenges for us, of course, and they'll give us a couple different looks, but they'll certainly want to disrupt our offense. And when we're looking at them offensively, they're going to try to spread it out and use a lot of their skill guys and what they do well to try to spread us out over the field, and so we're going to have to be able to match up with that pretty well too. So it'll be a great game.
Well, do you have a lot of things that motivate your guys for a game like this? And if so, what are some of the things that you have to guard against the Braves pretty much to control how they're going to perform in this game?
Yeah, I think well, we have a natural motivator in the sense of what happened on Saturday night, and so I think our guys really realize that, and they understand that we've got a great opportunity in front of us to bounce back and to just shake it off and make sure that we're focusing on the things that we need to improve on. But I think one of the biggest things that we need to do is to make sure that we don't get beat by Winston-Salem State 2 weeks in a row, and to explain that, we can't allow the things that we did last Saturday night to go ahead and stick with us for this Saturday night, and we've got to be able to flush those and be able to work through those and improve those so that we can go into Fayetteville with a fresh mindset and knowing that we've got a great game plan that's fundamentally sound, and that we're improving the things that we saw that didn't go so well for us on Saturday. So, but then also we've got to protect against that we've never lost to them, and that really is not even a thought in our mind, and we're trying to take it one game at a time, and we know it'll be a very competitive game, and so we're going to try to do our best to just play our best on Saturday night.
Thank you so much for being on the show today with us.
Thank you for having me.
And when we come back, we're going to be talking men's soccer with head coach Phil Heinsohn, so stay tuned.